Lee Marvin walked onto Hollywood sets already knowing exactly what it felt like to watch men die beside him. Not from a script, not from a director's note, from memory. Raw, unshakable memory burned into him on a Pacific island before he was old enough to vote. Born on February 19, 1924, in New York City, Marvin came from old American stock. His father, a World War I Army captain, his mother, a fashion writer. On paper, a comfortable upbringing. In reality, he was a restless kid who got expelled from multiple schools, struggled with authority, and spent his free time hunting deer and wild turkey deep in the Florida Everglades. Classrooms never stood a chance against him. The wilderness did. Then Pearl Harbor happened. December 7, 1941, changed everything for his entire generation, and Marvin felt it personally. He went back, finished high school, and on August 12, 1942, at just 18 years old, walked into a recruiting station and signed his name to the United States Marine Corps. His father, who had already seen one World War, knew what that signature meant. Marvin didn't care. He needed to be part of it. He started out in the Marines handling supplies, far from glamorous. But after completing infantry school, he was assigned as a scout sniper to the 4th Marine Division, one of the most decorated units in the entire Pacific War. His job was to go in before everyone else, sometimes in darkness, to map enemy positions and come back alive. One wrong step, one snapped twig, and he was dead. So were the thousands of Marines counting on his information. He survived the Marshall Islands campaign. He survived Kwajalein, but nothing prepared him for Saipan. American forces landed on Saipan on June 15, 1944. The Japanese had 32,000 troops dug into caves, ridges, and jungle. 3 days into the battle, during an assault on Mount Tapachau, Marvin's company walked into a catastrophe. In his own words, recounted years later, in 15 minutes, 247 men were reduced to 6. Marvin was not among those 6 left standing. A Japanese machine gun round tore into his lower back, severing his sciatic nerve. A sniper's bullet hit his foot. The damage came within a fraction of an inch of his spinal cord. What followed was 13 months in naval hospitals. He turned 20 in a hospital bed, his fighting days permanently over. When he was finally discharged on July 24, 1945, it was with a medical discharge and the rank of Private First Class. He left with a Purple Heart and several other service medals, and with something no medal can represent, the memory of 241 men from his company who didn't make it home. Civilian life hit him hard. He drifted. He tried odd jobs. He even attempted to re-enlist, unsure how to exist without military structure. Then, while working as a plumber's assistant at a community theater in Woodstock, New York, he was asked at the last minute to fill in for a sick actor. Something clicked. Using the GI Bill, he studied acting, moved to Hollywood, and by the early 1950s, directors were noticing something in him that no acting class could teach: real, lived-in hardness. That authenticity never left him. He's buried at Arlington National Cemetery. His headstone doesn't mention an Academy Award. It reads simply, Lee Marvin, PFC, U.S. Marine Corps, World War II. That's how he saw himself, always. If this story moved you, hit like and subscribe. There are more lives like this one worth knowing.